So I'm in the early prototype stage of an invention, and I'm working on, and I found an existing active patent for a product that solves the same problem as mine. I'm not well versed enough to tell if they're different enough to continue to pursue. What do IP lawyers charge just to tell you if your design is safe to explore? Cool. Good question.
What's the magic number?
For us, $2,500.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And that is, we'll give you the answer. We'll give you our opinion, our written opinion on if this is patentable. Well, no. So that's actually about an infringement question, right? They're asking, hey, I've got found an existing patent. I want to know, am I infringing? And usually it's about that per patent. Sometimes clients will come and say, hey, I'm worried about these 7 patents. I'm like, well, that's going to cost you.
And I know there's a technical name for that opinion. It's called
freedom to operate. Thank you, Matt. If you ask us, hey, if I go to market, am I going to be sued meritoriously by the patent owner for this patent? We can answer that. That is called a limited freedom to operate opinion. And I use the word limited because there certainly could be other patents that you may not even know about that are maybe infringing whatever you're selling.
Why would a client be interested in a freedom to operate opinion? What are some examples of like situations where they're going to like be required to go get one?
Absolutely. Thank you. So let's say you have invented a new coffee cup lid. Okay. You've got a brand new way that the magnet attaches to the slider, and you're going to go crush your competitor Yeti. Okay. You got to bring your Kathy's custom cup.
Let's get them.
Okay? We're going to go get them. It's out of sight. There's a little injector to put a little bit of that, that bee sting, so you get the puffed lips look. The women love a little bit of a Botox lip while you're drinking coffee. But you want to sell it with a cup, and you want to make sure you're not going to be infringing companies like Yeti. You like the double wall, you like this small, compact look, but you're not quite sure. You want to know that with the cup, the whole mug with lid, your innovative lid, the whole thing, whether you're going to be infringing anyone else's designs or utility patents around the whole product that you're selling. Quite often, that's the case where inventors have, come up with something fantastic, but they can't actually sell just what they patented, right? Part of a larger system product.
Have you ever worked with like clients who've been required to get these types of freedom to operate agreements, basically to like cover, CYA, the manufacturer or the retailer? Like the retailer wants some cover that says
not a whole lot. No, we haven't really, and that's likely coming. I think if we're at some point going to represent larger companies that are smart enough to ask those questions. That's really honestly what we're at. Our clients are fairly early stage, almost all of them, where they don't have manufacturers lined up yet. A lot of them are pre-manufacturing, pre-revenue, pre-production. But those questions are coming for a lot of our clients as they begin to grow, and liability and their investors, attorneys are asking questions. They're starting to worry about, hey, what's our risk? But you bet they should be asking that question. The problem is for so many of these bootstrapped inventors, it's too expensive of a question to ask.
Yeah. I
mean, am I ever going to be liable for infringing? Yeah, probably. and it stinks. The fact is that if they do go like gangbusters and sell 1 million of those items, they're going to get hit. And it's just one of those things that, you wish you would have, could have, but it's hard to know everything. The Donald Rumsfeld or whoever.
We have a couple of those clients who have been really successful, pretty well known, right? And they get the nuisance lawsuits all the time.
Yes. Yep.
You're infringing my collar, for a product. Just random stuff like that. It's just nuisance money.
Yeah. So the right answer is, the perfect answer, I suppose, is as you're moving forward in the market, staying in contact with your patent attorney, and at the right time when you've got just enough funding, asking those questions as you're growing, not to stay, head in the sand on just building your tech. Stay in touch with your patent attorney, ask those questions about liability, ask those infringement questions as you go, and you'll be in as good a place as you can be, right? You're never going to have all the information up front. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to build a product. You won't be able to get off the ground. It's like, if you want an airplane to be as safe as possible, the airplane would never take off. You're never going to have the ability to reach the sky without some level of risk. So